Have you ever wondered how many angels there are? It's a question that makes us reflect on the spiritual world and the grandeur of the divine plan. In this video, we'll explore 9 fascinating facts about the angels commanded by God, delving into biblical stories and ancient traditions that reveal more about these mysterious beings. Best of all, we'll reveal what the scriptures and traditions tell us about the number of angels in the heavenly army. Prepare to be amazed and moved by the complexity and beauty of the angelic world. Did you know that belief in angels is not exclusive to Christianity? Several religions, such as Islam, Judaism, and others, also have similar concepts of heavenly beings. In addition, angels are often seen as spiritual warriors who fight against evil forces and negative influences in the world, acting as agents of divine will. But that's not all. They are also described as agents of healing, capable of helping people recover physically, emotionally, and spiritually. For many, belief in angels brings comfort and spiritual companionship, knowing that they are always present and available to help in times of need. In addition, the presence of angels is often seen as a sign of hope and comfort, reminding us of God's loving presence in our lives. Fasten your seatbelts and embark on this heavenly journey. Belief in heavenly beings is not limited to Christianity. Religions around the world, such as Islam, Judaism, and many others, also have their own interpretations and concepts of angels. For example, in Islam, angels play a crucial role as messengers of God and executors of His will. They are seen as purely spiritual beings, without free will, who carry out divine orders perfectly and immediately. In Judaism, angels are seen as spiritual beings who serve as God's messengers and agents, similar to the Christian view. They are mentioned in various parts of the Hebrew Bible, such as in the book of Daniel and the book of Ezekiel, playing different roles, from messengers to protectors and executors of God's will. These similarities between different religions regarding the existence and role of angels generate interesting reflections on the nature of these beings and their importance in the human spiritual context. The presence of angels in different religious traditions suggests a universal need to believe in something greater than ourselves, something that transcends our understanding and connects us to the divine. This commonality between religions also invites us to consider the possibility that, perhaps, angels are a manifestation of the divine presence that reveals itself in different ways in different cultures and spiritual traditions. It's fascinating to think about how angels are perceived and revered around the world, uniting different cultures and beliefs in a shared admiration for spirituality and the presence of the divine in our lives. This diversity of views reminds us of the vastness and complexity of the spiritual universe, encouraging us to explore more deeply our own faith and understanding of what lies beyond the physical world. In various religious traditions, angels are seen as spiritual warriors who fight against the forces of evil and the negative influences that permeate the world. This image of angels as fighters of evil is present in various cultures and beliefs, and is often associated with the idea of a spiritual battle between good and evil, where angels represent the forces of good fighting to protect humanity and preserve the divine order. In the Christian tradition, this view of angels as spiritual warriors is especially evident in biblical descriptions of heavenly battles, such as the one described in the book of Revelation, where Michael and his angels fight against the dragon and his evil hosts. This image of angels fighting evil is a powerful reminder of the role of angels as protectors and defenders of divine justice. Furthermore, in other religious traditions, such as Islam, angels are also seen as spiritual warriors who fight against the forces of evil. In Islam, for example, angels are seen as soldiers of Allah who are constantly at war with the jinns, spiritual beings who represent evil and temptation. This image of angels as spiritual warriors reminds us of the constant struggle between good and evil in our lives and invites us to reflect on the role we can play in this battle. In moments of difficulty and challenge, we can be inspired by the image of angels fighting against the forces of evil and find comfort in the belief that we are not alone in this struggle. The idea of angels acting as assistants in miracles is one of the most fascinating facets of their nature. According to biblical accounts and other religious traditions, angels have been God's instruments in performing extraordinary feats that defy natural laws and reveal divine power. In the Bible, we find several passages that mention the intervention of angels in moments of miracle. A classic example is the story of Daniel in the lion's den, where an angel was sent to close the lions' mouths and protect Daniel from certain death. This is a clear example of how angels can act as instruments of divine protection, intervening in miraculous ways to save lives. Another example is the story of the angel who appeared to Mary to announce the birth of Jesus. This is one of the Bible's best-known accounts of the intervention of angels, showing how they are used by God to communicate important messages and carry out divine plans on earth. In addition to the Bible, other religious traditions also have accounts of angels taking part in miracles. In Islam, for example, There are stories of angels helping prophets in times of difficulty and performing extraordinary deeds in the name of Allah. These stories make us reflect on the nature of miracles and how God chooses to manifest Himself in our lives. They remind us that, even in the most difficult times, we are not alone, and that there are invisible forces working on our behalf, ready to intercede on our behalf when necessary. The vision of angels as agents of healing is deeply inspiring and consoling. In various spiritual traditions around the world, angels are seen as beings capable of helping people recover physically, emotionally, and spiritually, bringing comfort and relief in times of pain and suffering. In the Christian tradition, for example, there are accounts of angels appearing to sick people to offer healing and comfort. These stories remind us of the transcendental power of angels and their ability to act as God's instruments to bring healing and relief into our lives. Furthermore, in some Eastern spiritual traditions, such as Hinduism and Buddhism, angels are seen as beings who can help with healing through meditation and spiritual practice. It is believed that these celestial beings can positively influence our physical and emotional health, helping us to overcome illnesses and challenges. This vision of angels as healers invites us to reflect on the nature of healing and how we can find comfort and relief in the midst of our difficulties. It reminds us that, even in the darkest moments, there is always a divine light ready to guide and heal us, whether through medical care or the direct intervention of angels. This is a message of hope and faith that resonates deeply with all of us, reminding us that, no matter how challenging the journey, we are never alone. The idea of angels as spiritual companions is incredibly comforting and inspiring. For many people, the belief in the presence of angels brings a sense of comfort and spiritual companionship, knowing that these heavenly beings are always present and available to help in times of need. Believing that we have angels accompanying us throughout our lives can bring a sense of security and protection, especially in the most difficult times. This belief reminds us that we are not alone on our earthly journey, and that there is always a heavenly being ready to listen to us, comfort us, and guide us along life's path. The presence of angels as spiritual companions also reminds us of the importance of being open to divine guidance and help. Often, we are so caught up in our daily lives that we forget to connect with the divine and ask the angels for help. However, by remembering their constant presence, we can find comfort and guidance in the midst of difficulties. Furthermore, the idea of angels as spiritual companions reminds us of the importance of cultivating a close relationship with the divine in our daily lives. By opening ourselves up to the presence of angels in our lives, we can experience a deep sense of peace and fulfillment, knowing that we are always accompanied by loving and compassionate beings. Therefore, may we always remember the presence of angels as our spiritual companions, ready to support, guide, and comfort us in all of life's situations. May this belief inspire us to live with greater faith, hope, and love, knowing that we are always surrounded by the loving care of angels. The idea of angels as agents of divine providence is deeply inspiring and comforting. Many believe that angels are sent by God to act according to His will, bringing blessings and protection to those who seek Him with a sincere heart. This belief reminds us that we are not at the mercy of chance or circumstance, but rather under divine protection and guidance. Angels are seen as God's messengers, sent to fulfill His designs and ensure that His will is done on earth. The idea of angels as agents of divine providence also invites us to reflect on the role we play in our own lives and in our spiritual quest. By recognizing the presence of angels in our lives, we can learn to trust God and His plan for us more, knowing that He always takes care of us and guides us on the right path. Furthermore, the belief in angels as agents of divine providence inspires us to seek a deeper relationship with the divine in our daily lives. By turning to God in prayer and meditation, we can open ourselves up to the guidance and protection of the angels, allowing His will to manifest in our lives more clearly and powerfully. Therefore, may we always remember the presence of angels as agents of divine providence, ready to bless and protect us in all circumstances. May this belief inspire us to live with greater faith, hope, and gratitude, knowing that we are always surrounded by God's love and grace. The image of angels as examples of selfless service is truly inspiring and invites us to reflect on the deeper meaning of service and dedication to others. It is believed that angels dedicate their lives to the service of God and humanity, without seeking recognition or reward, but rather out of love and devotion. This view of angels as examples of service inspires us to also seek to serve others with love and dedication. When we look at the lives of angels, we are reminded of the importance of putting the needs of others above our own, of reaching out to help those in difficulty, and of serving as instruments of divine love in this world. In addition, the image of angels as examples of service invites us to reflect on the way we live our daily lives. Are we devoting enough time to serving others? Are we truly compassionate and supportive of those around us? These are important questions that the image of angels helps us to consider. By drawing inspiration from the lives of angels as examples of service, we can learn to cultivate an attitude of service in our own lives, always seeking to serve others with love, compassion, and dedication. May we look up to the angels and follow their example of selfless service, making the world a better place for everyone. The image of angels as symbols of hope is deeply comforting and inspiring. In many spiritual traditions, angels are seen as messengers from God, bringing with them a message of hope and comfort for those who are going through difficult times. The presence of angels is often associated with a feeling of peace and protection, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles and that there is a greater force watching over us. This idea fills us with hope, even in the darkest moments, reminding us that there is always a divine light shining down on us. In addition, the image of angels as symbols of hope invites us to trust in the divine plan and to believe that, even in times of difficulty, there is always a solution and a way forward. They remind us that, just as the angels are by our side, God is also present in our lives, guiding and protecting us every step of the way. This belief in angels as symbols of hope also helps us to face life's challenges with more courage and determination. By remembering the loving presence of angels in our lives, we are inspired to keep fighting, knowing that there is always a light at the end of the tunnel and that hope should never be lost. May we always remember the presence of angels as symbols of hope, reminding us that, even in the most difficult times, there is always a reason to believe and a guiding light. May this belief inspire us to live with greater faith, hope, and gratitude, knowing that we are always surrounded by divine love and protection. The concept of a countless number of angels serves to highlight the immensity and grandeur of the heavenly realm. Although the Bible doesn't give an exact number of angels, it suggests that there are a vast and countless number of them, all serving God in heaven. This idea leads us to reflect on the magnitude of the divine plan and the complexity of the heavenly hierarchy. The image of a countless number of angels also reminds us of God's infinite mercy and love. He has at his disposal a legion of heavenly beings ready to carry out his will and protect us. This idea comforts us, because we know that no matter what we face, there is always an angelic host available to assist us. Furthermore, the notion of an innumerable number of angels invites us to reflect on the diversity and individuality of each angel. Each of them can have a unique and specialized function, which highlights the complexity and organization of the heavenly realm. This belief also leads us to consider our own relationship with the angels. If there are so many of them dedicated to serving God, how can we better connect with them in our daily lives? How can we benefit from their guidance and protection? So may we always remember the immensity and countlessness of the angels, reminding ourselves that we are surrounded by a myriad of heavenly beings ready to assist us. May this belief inspire us to live with greater faith, trust, and gratitude, knowing that we are always under the loving protection of God and his angels. As we explore the 9 fascinating aspects of the angels commanded by God, we delve into a universe of mystery, beauty, and spiritual significance. These celestial beings, who have occupied people's imagination and faith for centuries, not only inspire us, but also challenge us to reflect on our own spirituality and connection with the divine. Through the different lenses of religious and spiritual traditions, we see angels as powerful beings, divine messengers, loving protectors, and examples of selfless service. They are present in our lives as agents of divine providence, healers of our pain, and guardians of our hope. Their presence is a constant reminder of God's goodness and mercy, and of his constant watch over us. Furthermore, the idea of a countless number of angels makes us reflect on the vastness and diversity of the heavenly realm, reminding us that we are surrounded by a legion of celestial beings ready to assist us in our needs. This understanding gives us comfort and hope, especially in times of difficulty and uncertainty. Ultimately, the journey through the angel mysteries invites us to look inside ourselves and connect with our own spirituality. It challenges us to seek a deeper relationship with the divine and to recognize the constant presence of angels in our lives. May we continue to explore and celebrate the wonder of angels, finding in them not only sources of inspiration, but also guides and companions on our spiritual journey. May we open our hearts and minds to their loving presence and to the message of hope and love that they bring. And in doing so, may we find peace, joy, and fulfillment in our search for the divine. And so we conclude our journey through the mysteries of the angels commanded by God. We hope you have been captivated by these celestial beings and have found inspiration and comfort in your spirituality. If you liked the video and want to continue following our content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, leave your like and comment on what you thought of the subject. Your interaction is very important to us. Additionally, we now have a thanks button available on the channel, where you can support and help the channel with any amount you want. Soon, we will also have a members group, with exclusive and interesting videos for those who become members. Keep an eye on the news. And don't forget to continue on the channel, watching the recommended videos that appear on the screen. Thank you for following us until the end, and we hope to see you in our next videos.